What's going on, everyone? So today, I know it's been a minute. Moved across the country. I'm now in Massachusetts, Western Mass. Um, my first show was this one, Sun Rot. Great, great set from them. Eager to check out a lot of stuff here. But tonight I want to talk about three artists slash albums that I listened to a lot on the drive over. Well, two of them I did. Um, and I've just really been enjoying them. So the first is a band called Capitalist, a group called Capitalist. I don't even know if band's applicable anymore. Who knows? This world is crazy. They're considered like blackened crust, blackened hardcore, blackened like kind of D-beat, maybe a little grindy. But they have this album, In the Days of the Crimson Sun, that I've been listening to, and it's a fairly short album. It's 8 songs, probably 22-ish minutes, something like that. And it's really good, and it's not, things like this, it's not like, oh my god, they've redefined this, or it's groundbreaking, they've done that. It's just really good in everything that it is. So much so that I feel like they're a group that kind of pulls away from that particular pack. So, and anything I'm talking about you can find on Bandcamp for a few free listens, and then decide kind of if you like it, how you want to proceed. You want to look for them on social media or go see them in concert if they even play. I believe Capitalist is from Jersey, which Sun Rot's from Jersey. I'm from Jersey, so all the best things. But yeah, so it's a really aggressive album, and just I'm looking at the album here, trying to wrap my head around it. I don't know, it is blackened, but it's like, it's one of those things where genres really like, oh, if you like this and you might like this, or oh, there's elements in this and this. This is very much like, if you want to like hear something like this, you're going to listen to bands like this. So it is blackened crust, blackened hardcore, pretty metalish, aggressive vocals, that type of thing. But it's also really good and really interesting. There's some stuff in here that you don't hear that often. And I don't want to say like what, only because I feel like people are going to say, well, that's what I want or that's what I don't want, and just leave it at that. So I want you to go explore it, check it out for yourself. But yeah, so the band is Capitalist. In the Days of the Crimson Sun is the particular album that I'm talking about. I haven't listened to anything else by them, but I've probably listened to this thing, I don't know, 30 times just on the drive across the country. So really, really digging it. And even though it's super aggressive, it actually hits a lot of what I'm looking for. So this is the kind of album where, so far as it's come on, I haven't been likely to skip anything or say I'm not in the mood for it or whatever. Maybe if I'm in the mood for something chill, but if I'm in the mood for heavy and aggressive, like if this comes on, I'm gonna listen to it. I like it at the gym. The problem with it at the gym is since it's so short, you either have to cycle through it a few times, or it's like one particular part of the gym, and I don't tend to set up playlists or anything like that. So for me, it's kind of weird when like the album just stops and you're like, oh, and then you have to like find a new album. And so I don't tend to like to throw off my rhythm like that. But other than that, this is a great album. So that's the first one I want to talk about. I'm going to pause just for a second. Okay, sorry, I paused because one, I realized I was still chewing gum, and two, I wanted to make sure I had the right page. So the next group I want to talk about is a group called Euphrosyne or Euphrosyne. They're a Greek band. And again, you can find them on Bandcamp. It's EUPHROSYNE. They're also on Black Lion Records, who that's a really fun label. So the Greek band, again, the genre thing, and I'm never going to shut up about this because this is our fault. So they're like a post-black metal. I don't know. I think they have elements in symphonic and anyway. So their latest album, Morus, Morus, which apparently is inspired by um, the loss of one of the band members' moms to cancer. Um, this thing, like, and there's like eulogy, funeral rites, stuff like that. But this album, like the vocals are so incredibly powerful. And to me, what makes that stand out is, um, right, this is inspired by the death of a mom, and to not have the music, that emotional kind of nonverbal part stand out, I think is something I'm not used to. I'm used to hearing bands just hammer this like nostalgic, memorialized music on albums that are dedicated to someone or because of someone, right? Inspired by someone. And to have the lyrics and the vocals sound so strong, and Effie, I think, is the vocalist. Her vocals are just terrific. I mean, you can hear she's digging deep on a lot of these, but she's also carrying melody, and then there's just different kinds of aggression. So the whole album is beautiful. It's a bit different than their first one. Um, Obviously, um, their first one is called, pardon me, Kyris. One of these days I gotta learn Greek. There's so much amazing Greek metal, if nothing else. But um, it's different, but they are really good albums. So if you like kind of the post genres, post black, where right whatever this is definitely got some black to it. Um, Melodic and aggressive singing. I think this is a group that's worth checking out. As far as I know, they only have the two albums. Um, and I listened to a lot of Morus on the drive over, and it was just really beautiful, and I love every song. And so it's nice for when you want aggressive and powerful, but not only emotional and not only aggressive. There's a lot of things mixed in there well. So I don't know anything about the band beyond kind of what I've shared here. Um, but I think that this is a band worth your time if you lean toward these things. If not, that's fine. Give it a chance, right? So again, it's Euphrosyne, Euphrosyne, Euphrosyne. Two really quality albums. I'm looking forward to hearing more from these guys. And I think that there's such a difference in the two albums that it's like really promising that there's not a set trajectory and there's not really a set expectation except for kind of the quality of what you're going to get. And I'm going to pull up the third album, the third band. And what's weird is, I'm going to have to move again. In my Bandcamp app, it's like the newest release, but on my Bandcamp desktop, it's not. So I don't know what to make of that. Anyway, the third band, and a band that typically I wouldn't. This genre blend is a little bit harder for me. Band's called Behölder. And it feels like Beholder the Beast, and a lot of their songs, the new album's in the Temple of the Tyrant, a lot of their songs are very like D&D themed. Let me see. Dungeon Crawl, In the Underdark, Eyes of the Deep, Draconian, right? There's all these things. But it wasn't like just symphonic metal. It wasn't just power metal. It wasn't just anything. But I will say it definitely had those like kind of guilty pleasures of those things where some really catchy like chorus parts, some chants. You know, the atmosphere was definitely again very like D&D based, but like there were things that just felt good to listen to, and so I've listened to this kind of 4 or 5 times just in the last day because it just came out, and so take that into consideration. But yeah, it felt like a lot of fun, and as a former D&D player, it was like, oh, this is like right a bit of nostalgia, and the inner nerd in me jumped out. On the fourth song, Eyes of the Deep, Tommy Jolson of Amorphous is featured. Um, yeah, so it's a good quality album. It's 8 songs, but it looks like it's probably over 50 minutes, from what I can tell. So I don't know anything else about the band. This is all I know. These 5 listens, but I just know that it was a fun listen, and again, not something I would typically go for. Kind of this like epic, powery, symphonic themed thing, but it was really fun just to indulge in that. So yeah, I want to thank you for listening to me ramble on about these 3 things. We got a lot of stuff coming on the channel. If you've made it this far, a reminder, when we hit 666 subscribers, we'll do a contest. It'll probably be a Bandcamp gift card, e-gift card. And we have a lot of old footage that still needs to be posted. Probably, I don't know, 1,500 videos. Got a ton of new stuff coming up. Some highlights will be, I'm going to see Acid Bath in August. There's a brutal death metal festival in Texas in November that I'm going to. Really excited for that. There's a local festival called RPM Fest, which is 3 days, and the last lineup looked pretty solid. So this is new to me. But we also have partnering up with someone named Lavina Ostergaard, and she's going to be doing reviews of things that typically I wouldn't have time for, or I wouldn't get to, or I'm not interested in. Just certain types of music that's not for me, plays that I wouldn't go to. So we're going to try to bring that into it. Of course, my sister, Veronica, over in Vancouver, and my friend Rob over in Vancouver, they're going to go to a lot of shows, so we'll kind of see what they have to offer. I'm hoping that we're going to have a lot more reviews coming out of all sorts. We're slowly getting WordPress set up for written reviews. Some people prefer those. So it's going to take a little bit longer since, again, I just drove here, just getting set up. But I've got kind of a dedicated space for this now, and really looking forward to it. I'm hoping to start getting some interviews on the books again. I've only done 2, one with Sarah Halter, who's a C.ell Arts artist, and then Corey from God Forbid, and oh god, I forgot his new band's name, Disciples of Verity. He was nice enough to do an interview. It was a very dark interview, but it was a lot of fun. He's a fun guy to talk to, and he definitely knows his stuff musically. So we're gonna have some new merch coming out, and so for those of you who are new and for those of you who are returning, thank you both. This is all about community, right? There's nothing gained here, no money being made. Definitely no fame and fortune and celebrity status, but there's this awesome sense of belonging to something that means a lot to the people who belong to it, right? The arts in general are pretty special. Metal is obviously its own slice of this, and extreme music, but there's so many things that are interconnected, and so many things to explore, and so many viewpoints, and not every viewpoint is a viewpoint that needs to be deeply embraced. Some of them can be refuted, obviously, but when the world turns dark, as it is right now, especially in like the U.S. and the genocide over in Palestine, and we all need to do our part, but at the same time, we need some sort of respite. We need a place where we can recover so that we can keep fighting. We're at the point where the protests and stuff, they're obviously not doing much. So sorry for the political rant, but these things that we enjoy are important for the things that we're passionate about, that require our energy and attention. So all that aside, lots coming up, and talk to you soon.